But the shoe that I'm reviewing today is the Saucony Endorphin Ruby. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, guys? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. Can't really hold the camera right now because I got the light on it from the video I filmed yesterday and it's heavy, and we're just gonna keep it right here for now. But I'm doing a different course today, one that I've actually filmed before. When I first put out my channel, I did a video on the Cow Harbor 10K race. It's like the best race on Long Island when there actually are races. Ruby, jeez. Say hi, Rue. Anyway, Kate and I are going down to the Cow Harbor 10K course, and we're gonna do it in an extra mile, so I think it's gonna be like 7-ish miles. But I'm doing it in an exciting shoe. It is the Saucony Endorphin Shift. As you guys know, if you've been following my channel as of late, I've tried the Saucony Endorphin Pro, which I loved, and the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which I also loved. Big old shoe. So let's get these laced up, let's go for a run, and then let's sit down and talk all about my first run impressions of the Saucony Endorphin Shift. Back from my run, and now it's time to talk all about the Saucony Endorphin Shift. It's been a while since I've worn a hat. You probably already know that Saucony released this collection called the Endorphin Collection. In 2020, we have the Saucony Endorphin Pro, which is the carbon fiber plated racing shoe. And then we have the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which is the nylon plated trainer tempo day shoe. And then the third one in the lineup is the Saucony Endorphin Shift, which is supposed to be the more cushioned daily trainer, long run, easy run type of shoe. So of course, before I tried this shoe, I figured it would be very soft, very plush, kind of like a quicksand shoe where you're sinking down into that midsole. I like that, quicksand shoe. Quicksand shoe. But when I started running in the shoe, I quickly learned that that's not really the case here. Before we get started today, I do want to let you know that this shoe was sent to me by Running Warehouse. However, they're not going to see this video before you. Saucony's not going to see this video before you. Nobody can tell me what to say. I am an independent woman. And as always, my thoughts are 110% my own. But without any further ado, let's get on with the specs. The Saucony Endorphin Shift is 9.5 ounces for what I believe is a women's size 8. But for my size, 10.5 women's, this shoe comes in at about 10.5 ounces. It's a big gal. We have a 4mm drop with 38mm of stack in the heel and 34 in the forefoot. And if you're wondering, which I'm sure you are, this shoe is true to size. Anyone hungry? I'm kind of hungry. Well, we're in luck because the Saucony Endorphin Shifts upper is made of a sandwich mesh. Saucony is also using their Form Fit technology for this upper, which just gives you a better personalized fit through the midfoot. And I gotta say, this upper does not lack in comfort at all. This is an extremely comfortable upper. Probably one of the more comfortable uppers that I've tried recently. The mesh material is very soft. We have a padded, gusseted tongue, which just wraps the foot, gives you a nice lockdown. And the ankle collar is padded, but it's not gonna make your foot feel claustrophobic. It's just exactly what you need. Normally you see uppers like this and you think, well, that shoe must be very hot and not breathable at all. Well, good news, this sandwich mesh, can't say that, is extremely breathable, especially through this toe box. No problems with breathability at all whatsoever in the Shift. When I first took a look at this shoe before I got it on my foot, I thought that we were gonna have the same kind of volume issue that I've been experiencing in some shoes, like the Nova Blast, kind of like the Rincon, where it just didn't conform to my foot very well. But I'm happy to say that that's not the issue here. And I wouldn't say it's a sock-like fit, but I would say it's kind of a perfect fit. And I think because of that Form Fit technology, you're gonna get a versatile upper here that can fit a number of different foot types. A couple of other things I do wanna point out about the upper. We have a TPU external heel counter. The laces are flat, they're not very stretchy. I believe they're probably the same laces used in the Pro and the Speed. And the cool part about this shoe is that it doesn't just have one pull tab, but it has two pull tabs. Can you believe that? I low-key don't think I even utilized this when I put the shoe on, but I definitely used this. This is great. Overall, I'm really digging this upper. I had no issues with breathability, like I said, no problems with hot spots, no problems with blisters, which is a nice change from last week's video. If you're looking for comfort, if you're looking for a luxurious upper, but also one that doesn't cook your foot, then this is a great option. All right, so moving down to the midsole of this shoe, Saucony is using a full-length midsole of PWRRUN foam. And it also has Saucony's Speed Roll technology, which has been incorporated into all of their Endorphin shoes. Speed Roll just gets you up on your toes, gives you a little bit of an easier turnover. We love it, it's amazing. Now we saw the regular PWRRUN in the Kinvara 11, which I didn't run in, but we also saw it in the Ride 13, which I did run in, and I really, really liked. The Ride 13 has a lot less PWRRUN than the Shift does, and I liked it in the Ride because while it was a firm ride, it also did kind of give and had a little bit of softness and response. This gal's a little bit different. Here we have a lot more PWRRUN, and in its highest point we have 38 millimeters of it. I would say, all things considered, this is still a pretty firm shoe. I think Saucony is pitching this shoe as a max cushioned option, and I guess you could say that because 38 millimeters of foam is pretty maximal, but when I think about max cushion shoes, I think about the plushness of the Clifton 7. This is a totally different vibe. This is what I would say the firm option in the maximal shoe category. Let me start by saying there's no ground feel in this shoe whatsoever. So if you're looking for that, if you're wanting a shoe like that, then go to the Ride 13. Don't look at the Shift because you're not gonna get any type of ground feel in here at all. But what you will get is a little more protection underfoot because of all this PWRRUN. You still have a firm ride, but it does have a little bit of give and a little bit of softness under the forefoot. I have 2 runs in this shoe now and about 15 miles in it, and I think that forefoot is starting to give a little bit more. Now I'm really starting to dig it. I think what really saves the ride of this shoe is that Speed Roll technology, because with that firmness and with that little bit of pop, that little bit of response, you're getting a shoe that makes it really easy to go forward. I'm starting to understand that in the maximal shoe category, this would be the option I would pick if I was doing a very long run. If I want to kind of maintain a little bit of a pace, then I would pick the Shift. Another thing I will say about this midsole is that it does kind of feel like you're sitting on a platform. I feel taller in this shoe, but with this TPU heel counter, it does help to lock you in there. And there does seem to be some slight stability elements maybe that are embedded into the shoe. We'll talk about those a little bit later. I think I needed 2 runs in this shoe to figure out what it was all about, how I would use it, how I felt about all that extra Power Run foam underfoot. And now that I understand it a little bit better, I do think that I like this midsole, and I appreciate that Saucony is trying to offer a different kind of max cushion vibe. A shoe doesn't have to feel like a pillow. It doesn't have to have that sinking feeling to be max cush. If we turn the shoe over, you'll see that Saucony is using XT900 rubber in the forefoot of the shoe, with some exposed Power Run in the midfoot and some more rubber in the heel. Remember those slight stability elements that I was talking about earlier? Well, here's one of them. And on the medial side of the shoe, we have this rubber wrapping. It works in conjunction with the TPU heel counter to prevent your foot from sliding around the platform too much. We are high up here, so we do need to make sure that we are secure and we're not going to be rolling any ankles. I also like how we have a nice wide platform here. I am seeing a little bit of wear in that forefoot on the exposed Power Run, but nothing major. So, how much does it cost? The Saucony Endorphin Shift is $139.95 on runningwarehouse.com, which I think is a pretty fair price for all of the shoe you're getting here. If you're interested in picking up a pair of the Saucony Endorphin Shift, Running Warehouse has you covered. Go down to the description of this video, click that link, and buy your pair. Keep in mind, this is an affiliate link, but it doesn't mean much for you. It just helps out my channel, so I can help you determine which shoe is right for you so you don't go broke trying to find it out yourself. Like I said earlier, I think that once I figured out really what the shoe's all about and what it's made for, how it's supposed to feel, I liked it a lot better. I recommend this shoe to anybody who wants a max cushion shoe but doesn't necessarily want that pillowy, plush, mushy feeling that some of the other max cushion shoes have. If you want protection but you want it in a firmer package, this is for you. Well guys, that concludes my first run impressions of the Saucony Endorphin Shift. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit that notifications bell down below so you can find out every time I upload a new video. Ooh, this feels cool. I have another video or two for you guys next week, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like heller. See you next time. So, we are currently on James Street in Northport. All you Long Islanders know, this is an infamous hill on Long Island, one of the hardest to climb up. We're trying to make it to the top without stopping. We're still going. Still going. Almost there, but still going. This is the reward at the top of the hill. How'd you do?
I would love to talk to you all, but gasping for air at the moment.
Fair enough.